Welcome to Randy's Cash. Today we're going to be talking about Disney dollars. I recently had my birthday, and my wife knows I love collecting stuff, especially currency. So she got me these, and she actually framed those herself. And she got me a couple loose ones too, I'll show you later. But we love Disney. We've been to Disneyland, Disney World, stayed at the Disneyland Hotel, done Disney Water Park. We're going to Disney's Aulani Resort in Hawaii in a couple months, and we're doing a Disney cruise next year, going to both their private islands, Castaway Cay, and their new one, Lighthouse Point. And I'm really excited for that. So if you are interested in anything like that, please subscribe because I'll make sure I show you everything cool that we see. But let's jump into these. So here's one of these loose ones. Disney dollars were a promotional thing that Disney did, and it was essentially worked like a gift card. You exchanged one American dollar for one Disney dollar, and Disney was really smart about that because they probably made tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars, because people would exchange American bills and then they would just save these as souvenirs or collectibles. And that's still true to this day. Disney doesn't produce them anymore. They made them from 1987 to 2016. There was a few years in between there. I believe they didn't produce them, but anyways, collectible wise, they're worth more than face value. So you can still spend these today at Disney World, Disneyland, Disney stores, and possibly, I'm not sure if you can at Disney cruises or anything like that. But if you look, it says maybe used as legal tender only at Disneyland Park, Walt Disney World Resort, and Disney stores. So I guess that answers that. But they've only gone up in value. They were honestly a smart investment for people that bought them. And they're smart on Disney's part too because a ton of people never spent them and never will. Because if you do, it's kind of like spending a silver dollar, an old one. You can do it. You can spend it for $1, but it's worth a lot more to a collector. Okay, so let's look at the dollar a little bit. It's a lot like American money. I mean, that's what they designed it after. You have Mickey taking the place of George Washington on this bill. And it is signed by the treasurer of Disney, Scrooge McDuck, which is rather appropriate. It also has a serial number. And serial numbers on these are like collecting for American currency too. If you have lower serial numbers, they're more desirable because it means it was earlier in the printing series. And another thing is you see the prefix D on the serial number there. So if it has A, B, or E, then it was printed at Disneyland and distributed there. Or at least distributed there. I'm not sure it was printed there. And if it has a D or an F, like this one has a D, it's from Disney World. If it has a T, it was from a Disney store. So this one here's Disney World. So is this one. So let me show you that frame again. So that's Disney World, that's Disneyland on the Goofy, and that one has a little bit lower serial number too. And then that Minnie Mouse one is Disney World as well. So these were made for quite a while and they had many different designs. They had pirates, they had Pixar characters at some points, but the most valuable one is the $50 anniversary one. That goes for near $1,000 in good condition. So if you ever come across Disney dollars in the wild, pick them up if you get them for a good deal. And if you're not that interested in them, give them as a gift or save them, and they could be worth even more someday. So now these are the reverse sides, and they all have some really cool artwork. So if you look at this one on the top, it has a watermark that says 35 years. Disneyland anniversary. So this one is an anniversary dollar, and it's really cool. And on the back, you can see the Matterhorn, Star Tours, Space Mountain, the castle, Small World, and formerly Splash Mountain. And all the art is really cool. And then if you look at the lower one, it's Disney World. It has Epcot and the Magic Kingdom Castle and Tom Sawyer Riverboat. And then the lower one has the Disneyland Castle. And then one of these other loose bills that I have, it has the horse pulling the trolley down Main Street, USA, which I've never rode that. Maybe someday I need to. But yeah, there's a quick dive into Disney dollars. Kind of a fun part of history. Really, Disney history is American history, and if you love history, these are for you. Really quick, one last thing I want to show you is I have two bills here. One's a 1988 and one's a 1990. And if you look, the 1990 has less words on it. So they added on the newer one that it could be used at Disney stores as well as the parks. And then they also added this on the bottom that says Disney dollars may be spent or collected and saved as souvenirs and are redeemable at any time before or after any period of inactivity. So that's basically all I have to show you. They had some pretty cool series. They had the Mountains of Disney. They had Space Mountain, Splash Mountain, the Matterhorn, and Everest from Animal Kingdom. They also had the Pirates of the Caribbean ships on the reverse sides. But if you found this interesting, again, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And follow along so you can see more of the cool stuff that I get to see and do. Thanks for watching.